Major manhunt is entering its third day now for a man who allegedly killed two police officers.
As you've just heard, the manhunt continues for Dezi Freeman, a 56-year-old so-called sovereign citizen accused of killing two police officers and injuring another in the Victorian town of Porepunkah on Tuesday. At the press conference today, Deputy Commissioner of Regional Operations Russell Barrett warned anyone who may be considering harbouring or supporting Dezi Freeman to reconsider it. They're committing a criminal offence and Victoria Police will prosecute them. Superintendent Brett Kahan had a message for the alleged cop killer himself, saying if Dezi Freeman is watching this, ring 000 and police will support a surrender plan, and that option is absolutely open to him. Porepunkah residents believe the suspected cop killer may be using old gold mining tunnels and caves in Victoria's remote alpine wilderness to stay one step ahead of police. Locals also believe Freeman would see suicide in the remote bush as sweet revenge, forcing police to waste resources searching for his body. Police admitted today they likely had a protracted search in front of them in really difficult and dangerous terrain in freezing and wet conditions. Detective leading Senior Constable Neil Thompson, who was 59 and just weeks away from retirement, and Senior Constable Vadim Devart, a 35-year-old, were the two officers shot dead as they executed a warrant for Freeman. According to sources cited by The Age, officers were there to execute a search warrant and question him over alleged sexual offences involving a child under 16. The alleged offending occurred within the past 2 years. Victoria Police have also issued an alert for travellers heading to the Victorian snowfields of Falls Creek or Mount Hotham, telling them to avoid Porepunkah and instead travel via Running Creek and Mount Beauty. Mount Buffalo National Park remains closed until further notice.
This is a reported shooting at Annunciation Church.
At least 2 children have been killed after a gunman shot dozens of rounds through the windows of a church at a Catholic school in the US where students were praying. The incident occurred at 8:30 a.m. local time in Minneapolis in the Midwestern state of Minnesota. It was the first day of the school year after the summer holidays. An 8-year-old and a 10-year-old have been killed and 14 children and 3 adults aged in their 80s were wounded. 7 kids are in a critical condition. The shooter, who then turned a gun on himself, has been identified by the FBI as 23-year-old trans woman Robin Westman. The suspect graduated from the school in 2017, according to a yearbook obtained by media. She was armed with a rifle, shotgun and pistol, and police believe the shooter fired from all 3 weapons. Police said Westman purchased the weapons lawfully and they were bought recently. Police believe Westman placed wooden 2x4s through the door handles of 2 separate exits of the church to trap people inside, which police believe required prior planning. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said Westman released a manifesto on YouTube that included some disturbing writings. The video reportedly showed writings that contained anti-black, anti-Semitic and anti-religious messages. A name change application was filed in 2020, changing the name of a Robert Westman to Robin Westman, explaining the person identifies as a female and wants her name to reflect that identification. FBI Chief Kash Patel said the agency was investigating the attack as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crimes targeting Catholics. Pope Leo XIV, the first American leader of the Catholic Church, was profoundly saddened to learn of the deaths and injuries from the mass shooting, according to the Vatican.